spent the last 2 seasons at Tulane, where he turned the Green Wave into one of the most physical and consistent Group of 5 programs in the country. Before Tulane, Summerall was the head coach at Troy, where he instantly transformed the program. Staying on the field, the 3-6 Florida Gators traveled to Oxford this weekend to face Lane Kiffin and his number 6 Ole Miss Rebels. And along with this big matchup comes big stakes, storylines, and plenty of off-field chatter. The Rebels are sitting at 8-1, and head coach Lane Kiffin has Ole Miss dialed in, but he has also been sitting soundly on top of the rumor mill. Significant, and they weren't. I mean, granted, the Gators didn't put up any more points in the second half. They were winning 24-20 first half, and everyone was like, "Wow, this is so awesome." Clearly, Lane Kiffin does something in his locker room that isn't happening in Florida's.
No.
So just bring it to Florida's locker room, and that man would win a national championship with the talent on Florida's roster, easily. Welcome to sports. I'm Lauren McGill. It's a heavyweight matchup this weekend as the Gators get set for 9th-ranked Texas. All eyes will be on starting quarterbacks DJ Lagway and Arch Manning, 2 young players with a lot to prove and a lot on the line. This top 10 matchup has all the makings to become an instant classic. SEC Nation has even chose this game as their destination for Week 6. Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Lab presented by Riley House here on 98.1 FM, 850 AM. I'm here with Rob Russo. I'm Lauren McGill. We are going to go over some of the biggest talk in college football in the sports world. Rob's been addressing it as the elephant that's been lingering in everyone's room, or the biggest rooms so far, LSU's, Florida's, and Ole Miss's. The stage is set here at Everbank Stadium for one of the biggest rivalries in college football, Florida-Georgia. But it's going to look a little different this year, as the Gators will take the field under interim head coach Billy Gonzales following the dismissal of Billy Napier. And if history repeats itself, the Gators will bring the competition to this rivalry, especially since Tennessee won't be back here again until 2029, since they are no longer one of Florida's permanent SEC rivals. But the Gators have not lost to the Vols in the Swamp since 2003. You might be disagreeing with other people in sports law, but you're not disagreeing with me. I've said this several times. I agree that he's been letting his teammates down. He's been letting the program down. He can be a great kid day and night, but do it on the football field too for your teammates and your program. The game was tied at halftime for the first time since 2003 with a score of 10-10. However, the Bulldogs did come out with the win 24-20. DJ Lagway threw for 166 yards with 1 touchdown, but Gunnar Stockton's 223 yards with 2 touchdowns were enough to outbid Billy Gonzales on his interim coaching debut.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And, you brought up Carson Beck, but this Miami team last year, they had the number 1 quarterback in the country, but they came just shy of playoffs, yet this team looks like a 180 compared to last year. So would you say that that's Carson Beck, or is it these dynamic and just really talented defensive players that came in during the offseason?
It's the defense.
As the Gators say bye to the bye week, they'll now look ahead for their annual SEC showdown against Georgia this weekend. They'll have to hang on to their last win here in the Swamp against Mississippi State, since they won't be back here again to play for a while. And now the game that carries just as much hate as it does weight, with all eyes on the Bulldogs. But for me, a big part of it is like being able to be the leader on the field that you should be as a quarterback. And I don't get that from him. He throws 5 interceptions. He throws 3 interceptions. He throws 1. I don't see any sort of emotion on his face. Last year, Jackson Dart, here in the Swamp, losing. He had thrown an interception. That man's crying. And there's a lot of talk going into this weekend. There's a lot of talk for me personally. I mean, I can't get enough of it. In case you haven't heard, Manuel, Billy Napier could potentially be on his way out of here as early as Sunday. And before we turn the page to Ole Miss, we have to talk about the gut punch the Gators squad took Saturday against Kentucky, a game where we saw quarterback DJ Lagway benched. WFT's Jordan Castagliola was at Heavener earlier today when Billy Gonzales says their troubles are not set squarely on quarterback play. Dave Caudill is heading back to Florida. He served as general manager for the Jacksonville Jaguars for nearly 8 seasons, building a team that nearly kept Tom Brady out of Super Bowl 52. All right, I am here with Emma Brinkman and Sydney Watts. Sydney had 6 strikeouts today, and Emma had 3 doubles and 4 RBIs. So what was it like going into this season today, starting it off with the success of today's game? I think that there is a little bit more to prove, not just for Billy, but for this team in general, because they took down a top 10 team. Fantastic, great. Move on. It's next, but this time it's away. And right now, DJ has 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions in away games so far. Versus you got Marcel Reed, a Heisman candidate, a very, very talented quarterback, has 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions at home. And this is their 3rd home game in a row. So they have that advantage there. Well, have you ever seen Wicked? The movie?
I haven't seen
All
it.
right. Well, something that the wizard says is the best way to bring people together is to give them a really good enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not seen Gator Nation band so well together than the accumulative hate for Billy Napier.
That is
and
true.